decay. Let's do exponential decay. Hoorah! So, what's the difference about decay and growth? Well, decay, the formula looks the same, but decay has a subtraction sign here. You're subtracting the rate that they give you from 1. So growth is bigger than 1 because growth looked like this, a times 1 plus r. That's growth. And then decay looks like this. It has the same starting place, got a starting value here. You have the rate, the r still stands for the rate, the t still stands for time. And then sometimes time is measured in hours or minutes or years. You know, yesterday we did, or on the growth one, we did something growing in years. Today we're going to be something decaying, getting smaller. So here, let's do one. Let's write the word problem. So, let's say the population of bacteria in your body decreases at a rate of 5% per hour. Yesterday it was per year because it was growing, the money value, the money was going in the bank. This one, the population of bacteria, you take an antibiotic, you pop a pill, it starts killing the bacteria that's in your body, and it decreases at a rate of 5% per hour. Right? That's the deal right there. Now then, you may think, wait a minute, if I'm going to write a formula, don't I have to know how many bacteria there are? Well, that's the trick on this one, right? Because in your body, we have no idea, you know. Could there be 7,000? Could there be 7 million? Could there 7 billion bacteria in your body? You know, depends on how sick you are, right? But they give you this pill, antibiotic, you know, I don't know, polysporin, something, I don't know. And you take it, and it starts killing the germs, right? So how much is in your body? I don't know. But we'll start with 100, right? Or 100%. All of the bacteria that you have, that's all, that would be 100%. That's all, right? So if you're losing 5%, remember you have to make it into a decimal. If you're losing 5% every hour, time is hour, then this is my formula, right? Losing 5%. Now, check this out. I can fix this because 1 minus a nickel, it's like $1 minus a nickel, that would be 95, right? As long as this number is smaller than 1, see this number here, the number I'm pointing at, is smaller than 1, that means it's a decay problem. It's getting smaller. The number of bacteria are decreasing. If this was bigger than 1, then they'd be growing. You know, you feed your bacteria, I don't know, sugar. If you were sick and you ate chocolate chip cookies, then your bacteria would grow and grow and grow, right? You take the pill, then your bacteria starts to die, right? Okay, so if we start with 100% of however many we have, you know, 7 million or 7 billion bacteria in our body, but that's 100%, it's losing, right? It's decreasing at a rate. So here's our question. How many are left? Bacteria are left. Alive after, I don't know, 9 hours. How about that? How many are alive after 9 hours? Well, what do I have to do? I have to put 9 right there. That's all we do. Easy smeezy. Right? So, let's zoom in on this. We might have to turn the light on again so we can see. Zoom in. Alright, so we've got, if I can quit, we've got 100. And then we said 1 minus 5%. So you can type it in there like that. 1 minus 5%. Right? And we're raising it to the 9th power. Right? Now then, I told you just a minute ago that you can just subtract this. Right? $1 minus a nickel, that would be the same thing as saying 0.95 raised to the 9th power. It's the same exact number. So, what was my question? How many bacteria are left? So I started with 100%, because I don't know how many are in my body. That could be 7,963,429. You know? Hey, could be. But if we say 100% of the bacteria is what I start with, and I'm killing them 5% an hour, then there's only 63% left after 9 hours. Right? That's why you have to keep taking your medicine over and over and over and over. You know, you can't just take one pill and say, oh, I'm done, because one pill doesn't necessarily do it. So, what's the answer to this question? How much are left? 63% of them. 63% of my bacteria are left after 63% of the bacteria are still alive, right? So that means what? 37% died. Well, let's try another one. When? Now, when am I going to get better? So if they tell me you're healed when there's less than 10%, when will there be less than 10% bacteria alive? All right, so you will be healthy again when the bacteria goes down to less than 10%. Then your body just keeps on killing them. Boom, boom, boom. So how can I figure that out? So what is the question, really? I want to know when. So the thing I don't know is I do not know how much time, right? That's what I'm looking for. When does the 100% that I have in my body now go down to 10? I know that in 9 hours it went down to 63, right? Well, you know, so it's got to be bigger than that. How long is it going to take for me to feel better, right? So, let's figure that out. Now remember that what we did yesterday, same kind of deal. You go to your calculator, and let's zoom in on it. There we go, right about there, right? And you have to, you have to go to y equals. So I am going to this button right here, y equals. And then I'm just typing in my equation. 100 parentheses 0.95 and raised to the x power, right? So my question is when is it going to be less than 10% of the stuff, germs in my body, right? So I go to my window, and I start at 0, and I'm going to count by 10, and I'm going to see what's going on. So time 0, that means right now, before I take any medicine, I've got all the bacteria in my body. And then 10 hours later, it's down to 59% of the bacteria is dead. 20 hours later, 35%, I mean, still alive, 35% still alive. 30 hours later, 21% is still alive. 40 hours later, 12% is still alive. 50 hours later, 7% is still alive. Right? So I'm feeling better after what? What's 42 days? I want to see when is it exactly 10%, right? So it's got to be in between 40 and 50, right? So I'm going to go back to my window, second window, and I'm going to start at 40, and now I'm going to count by 1. Okay? So 40 hours, I've got 12% are still alive. 41 hours, still 12. 44 hours, it's 10 and a half, right? 45 hours, it's 9.9. So my answer to this question, when will there be less than 10%? When's the first time it's less than 10%? That's 45 hours from when I start taking the medicine, right? 45 hours. You weren't be able to see that, were you? Let's zoom back in here. There we go. So I've got 40 was 12, 43 was 11, 45 was 9.9, right? So that means that 45 is the answer that I'm interested in. 45 hours. So remember that what you're doing is you're subtracting the parentheses, you're subtracting the percent from 1. So you have to make it into a decimal so that you can subtract it. Whenever you're doing the growth problems, it's adding, but whenever you're doing the decay problems or the decreasing problems, right, then it's subtracting. That's the whole difference. And you solve it the same way. Plug the number in here, find the value, or graph it, or use the table and find the value. That's what we want to know. And you should be able to do today's worksheet. No problemo. That's all.